You can't do this, Mom. All right, if you do this, I'm gonna
what?
I'm gonna tell Mom.
Friends was a hit show that many of us loved. Ever since the show ended 17 years ago, fans have been wondering when a reunion would take place. One thing was for sure, no one was really ready to completely let the show or these characters go. After watching reruns for years to keep us going, we finally got our wish. The 6 friends finally got together and gave us the reunion that we have been dreaming of. It was everything we'd hoped for, with hilarious moments, moments that were super nostalgic, and then moments where we couldn't stop the tears from flowing. These are the moments from the Friends reunion that are making fans cry. Please remember to hit that like button if you enjoy the video, and then subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. Then you will never miss a thing. In the first few seconds, I knew I was probably going to cry somewhere in the reunion, but I did not expect it to be in the first few seconds of the show. The last scene of Friends made me cry the first time I saw it, and it made me cry again during the reunion. They showed the last moments of the show and how it ended. To me, it was one of the best endings in TV history. So for them to remind us about the ending was the perfect way to get started again, and it put you right in that nostalgic mood that was going to continue right through the show, when everyone comes together. Right after that scene, they break to the 6 friends coming back onto the set one by one. It feels like experiencing a sort of homecoming with them. Each one coming onto the set was a special moment, and coming back together was pretty incredible too. The love between them and the chemistry between the cast is what made the show so special in the first place. And it was so obvious that those feelings of love are still there. It might have been a while since they have all been together, but they seemed to slide back into that groove right away. It was really beautiful to see. The opening credits. They made the credits in the same way that they always used to make it. For the reunion, there were moments from the show in the credits combined with all the best moments from all of the seasons. That combined with the theme song playing just hit me right in the feels. I couldn't wait to see what was coming next. The quiz. One of my favorite episodes was the one where they did the quiz to win the apartment. So I was very excited when the cast recreated this moment from the show. But it was even better because they reminded us about some of the most fun moments of the show. Like the letter that Rachel wrote Ross that was 18 pages long, front and back. Or when Tom Selleck appeared to make us remember why we loved Richard. The table read. It was pretty awesome how easily they stepped back into the characters that they played for so many years. They still hit every emotion that they were supposed to. It was just as funny as it ever was. And it was great seeing how much they enjoyed each other and how much fun all 6 of them had together. To me, it just showed how much of themselves they put into each other of their characters. No other actors could have made the exact same show. They have something so unique and special to them that if you replaced even one of them, then you might not have the special show that they did have. Impact on others. The reunion was a special occasion where fans of the show could express what the show had meant to them. Fans of all ages from all over the world expressed how the show impacted their lives and why they still love it. There were even a bunch of celebrities that shared the reasons why they think the show was as successful as it was and how much they loved it. It was all pretty moving and just showed the massive impact that a show can make. The huddle. Fans of the show know that the cast had a huddle for each episode of every season that they created, except for one episode, the one where Matt LeBlanc dislocated his shoulder by jumping on a chair and landing weirdly. After that, they made sure that they never missed their pre-taping huddle. So it was super sweet to see that they still did the huddle for the reunion. Smelly Cat. It was one of Phoebe's most iconic songs ever, so it was so cool and more than a little bit emotional when Lisa Kudrow took her guitar to recreate the moment. Then Lady Gaga joined her on the couch and they even had a choir joining in. It was pretty cool. But what was really sweet was when Lady Gaga thanked Lisa for being the character that made being a little bit strange completely fine. I have always loved Phoebe, but the reunion just confirmed again just how incredible this character was and how much she meant to so many people. Matthew Perry's anxiety. One of the most heartbreaking moments of the reunion was when Matthew Perry opened up about just how anxious he got during the filming of the show. He said that he always felt like he would die if he didn't get the laughs from the audience, and that he would go to pieces when he didn't. Knowing his history and the struggles he went through during this time on Friends just makes this so much sadder. It proves again how much of the funniest people are using their humor to hide the pain they are experiencing. Jack and Judy Geller. I loved this. When they showed Ross and Monica's parents, played by Elliot Gould and Christina Pickles, it was pretty great. They told a story about how touched they were when they would get to the set and the cast members would say the parents are coming. They explained that they felt like they were parents to all 6 young people and that they worried about them. I couldn't hold back the tears when Christina Pickles got misty-eyed. They obviously still genuinely care. Jennifer and David. Ross and Rachel were an epic couple that had incredible chemistry, and many of us have always wondered just how much was fact and how much was fiction. And now finally we got those answers. But it made me a little bit sad. James Corden asked the cast if any of them ever became more than friends. And that was when David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston admitted to having feelings for each other, or like they put it, crushing hard. But their moment just never came because both of them were in different relationships at different times. So they were never single at the same time, and since they wouldn't cross that line, they had to channel all of their emotions into their characters. It's pretty crazy to know that all of the love that we saw on screen was real in real life too, but the fact that they could never make their way to each other is just really sad. And when they showed the moment that Rachel and Ross finally had their first kiss, it was even more powerful knowing that it was the same moment that David and Jennifer had theirs too, where Phoebe would be now. When James asked all of the friends where they think their characters would be now, most of the answers were what you would imagine. Ross and Rachel got married and had more kids and were together forever. Monica was running everything for her kids' primary school, even though they would already be adults. And Chandler would still be making her laugh every single day. And then Joey would have opened his own sandwich shop. But it was Lisa Kudrow's answer that really got to me. She said that she and Mike would be married, and that Phoebe would be the advocate for her own kids that would be a little different. And also, for all the other kids that were a little different, she would create music and art programs and all of those types of things. That was just so perfect. It's exactly how I would imagine an older Phoebe. Still a little quirky, but still incredibly kind. The scenes when the show ended. They showed a lot of moments from the last episode they filmed, and just how emotional everyone was on the last day. The moment when Ross is in his home and Rachel comes back because she got off the plane was already a tearjerker. But when they showed her, after they said cut, the two actors just kept hugging each other and crying. It went to a whole new level. I bawled for that entire sequence, showing just how sad everyone was the show was ending, how big the moment was for them all. And when they started to play a slower version of the theme song, I just knew I was completely done for. It was like reliving all the emotions with all of them and seeing that this was a show that wasn't just so special for the viewers, but it was just as special for the cast that we all loved. The final goodbye. The last few minutes of the reunion was just as emotional as the start of it, knowing that this would be really the last time that they all got together for a Friends show. When asked if they would ever consider doing another season or a movie, Lisa Kudrow was pretty clear that it wasn't ever going to happen, and I understand her reasoning. The show ended so well and everyone was happy and where they wanted to be. To have enough material for a new show, they would need to unravel someone's happy ending, and why would they do that to these characters? Or to the fans? So the reunion would be the last time that we would get to see any new content from the Friends. It was bittersweet. It was truly the end, but at least they got back together one last time and allowed all of us to join on their journey of remembering these great moments. It was just like hanging out with old friends. Thanks for watching.